Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands together if you are ready to get the show started. Let's go. Welcome to another episode of Disabled is Able, where we, the disabled, show our superpowers.
Absolutely.
Eli's in the building.
Yep. Freddie's on vacation this
Fredy
week.
is on vacation this week. We want to shout Fredy out.
We're going to hold it down while he's away.
We're going to hold it down while he's away, and he shall return soon.
And we're back, people. 2021.
2021.
First episode.
In the building. Ready to go.
We missed out a lot.
Yeah, of course.
We definitely missed out. We love that.
Of course. We love the people.
Yeah.
And we love sharing our opinions on things.
This week is NFL special playoff.
Wild card. This is a wild card special. But before we get to that, Eli, how's your new year been so far?
Has been good. Some crazy stuff kind of popped up earlier today, and we'll kind of get into that later.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's been pretty smooth. And yeah, you know.
Any resolutions that you made for the new year that you're trying to stick to?
Work out, eat healthy, and probably go outside a little bit more.
Those are great.
Do some little social stuff.
Yeah, those are great things to add to the mix. You know. Whenever you're working out, whenever you're eating right, and whenever you're mixing and mingle, well, based on the social distancing.
Right.
With the people that you love the most.
What about you?
Same thing, man. Just want to eat healthy. Finish a lot of projects that Dad has going on, books
right.
and other things, and just stay connected, man. Stay connected.
I like that.
Yes. So let's get into some NBA action.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
Now, Eli, early in the week, there was a lot of chatter on Twitter and social media about Steph Curry not being clutch.
Yeah.
Can he carry a team without gang with him? Is he an overrated superstar?
Yep, all that. He's, besides LeBron in terms of the most hate you get, he might be like the second or third.
No, he's up there, yes.
Especially MVP caliber. I've never really heard, even like when LeBron was winning MVPs, I still didn't hear too much hate. In terms of his MVP impact.
Right. Like he deserved that.
Right. Because it was only really, he just needs championship rings and then the rest goes from there.
Yes.
Right? So Steph has the championships, he has the MVPs, and he still gets the overrated recognition of he's not good enough, he can't carry a team, which when people and the critics that are talking about him carrying the team, they're looking at Westbrook and James Harden.
Yes.
Two MVPs that did it back-to-back years, right? And Westbrook and James Harden. James Harden did go off, and Westbrook did his thing too. But when you look at their nature, that's a Kobe LeBron nature in terms of just
assassins.
I'm gonna put the team on my back, this, that, and the third. And don't get me wrong, Steph is an assassin, but he is a system assassin.
I agree.
Meaning it runs through the system of Steve Kerr and the fact that he has two All-Stars in Klay Thompson who can get you 60.
Yes.
And Draymond Green who can just be the facilitator. And then you just let Steph run his be the engine and be as a man.
No, I'm listening. Continue.
So now you have Kelly Oubre, Andrew Wiggins, who are not Klay Thompson. Both of them.
True.
Right? And Draymond just came back in our third game so far. So he's going to get his feet under him. But I will say when Steph is back, his back is against the wall with the critics and the nonchalant, he will deliver.
And
he did.
You long-winded all of that to say he heard it.
Nah, I had to defend Steph.
No, I know. He heard all the chatter, and he came out and put 62 on the head of the Portland Trailblazers and Damian Lillard in particular.
Yeah.
Let's drop a bomb to that. 62 points is a lot of points.
Yeah, and I like their rivalry.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. They have a respectful rivalry. It's nothing malicious.
Yeah.
They're both deep threats. They both pretty much play the same role on their team.
And I have no problem with Dame Dollar Set, which was, in the last 4 to 5 years, he's always had those good looks to get his shot off. Now he's the number one target because there is no Clay and really no Draymond Green.
How's he gonna get those looks?
Right.
And he showed him.
And
it don't matter. I'm Steph Curry. I'm still gonna get my looks.
Absolutely.
And Dame Lillard had 39.
Right. But because Steph dropped 62,
it looked like he had 10 points.
Right. It just wasn't as impactful.
So I think, and then the next game, Steph came out and dropped 30
in 26
minutes. So I think he's putting the league back on notice that he is the greatest shooter that we have ever witnessed. There's not even close.
And the whole overrated slander should be over by now. Like, he's proven enough.
It would be great if he gets this team as currently constructed into the playoffs.
Right.
And maybe even win a round against somebody.
And to be honest with you, they don't even need to be the number 8 to get in. They just have to be close.
Yes, because of the play-in.
So now, even if I'm not an 8 I can still possibly get in.
No, all facts. These are
with
all
a one-game opportunity.
Exactly. So we're going to look forward to that.
And but me and you both do agree in terms of his legacy. The only thing he really needs is the Finals MVP.
Finals MVP to his legacy. And, another ring or two down the line just kind of adds that icing to the cake. So he did that. Lakers are rolling. They're 6-2.
They're 6-2.
They won the last 4 games all on the road.
The road, oh yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. But
yeah, the road is tricky now because they had to play San Antonio twice.
In San Antonio.
And then they had to play Memphis twice in Memphis.
Right. So
it's really weird.
It's really turning into like a mini playoff tournament.
Right.
For every team now.
Now, we understand why they're doing this.
To cut down on travel, yeah.
Cut down on travel, which will decrease the opportunities that COVID will affect some of his players.
But I thought that they were going to pull MLB where if you're on the East Coast, you just play all the East Coast teams. And then if you're on the West Coast, we play all the West Coast teams. And
Right. I mean, I don't know how much more protecting that's going to be.
Yeah, true.
But so the season is just getting started with 8 games in.
Lakers look real good.
Yeah, I think they still have... I'm trying to get used to Marc Gasol. In the middle, because I'm so used to Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee with so much energy.
Right.
And Marc Gasol is not bringing that type of energy.
And he's a little bit slower.
Right.
Because you have to kind of give him the ball. And
right. And I think eventually teams are going to try to exploit that. And if our answer to that is
Montrezl,
then we get smaller at that position.
Right.
So we're going to need a big body.
Yeah.
Somebody, a Tyson Chandler.
Or you
an old school kind of guy who could just come in and...
Or do you want to give it like another 15, 20 games?
Oh, no. Of course. You're going to give it time. But I'm saying before we make that official playoff run...
Gotcha.
We got to find a veteran somewhere who's sitting at home who can come in and help the team. Because at the end of the day, you don't want Anthony Davis to have to fill that role because it limits him on offense, and then he'll pick up a lot of cheap fouls
on defense,
trying to defend. So
Kyle Kuzma to me is going to be on the move for either DeRozan or Zach LaVine.
Yeah, because he's not consistent enough.
I'm sorry, I know LeBron tried to give him the boost that he needed.
Yeah, the vote of confidence
before the season started, but it's not it.
Well, I'm just not seeing it on a consistent basis from him.
Yes, yeah.
And then if you bring in somebody like DeMar DeRozan, he has to start.
Or Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine just hit a game winner.
Yeah, one of them, they have to start.
Yeah.
So that means you got to do something with your starting lineup.
Right.
And Caldwell Pope would be the odd man out.
Right.
To me, in the starting position, because you're not going to take away.
Do you add him into the package? With Kyle Kuzma and Pope?
If you have to bring in DeMar DeRozan, who can get you buckets.
Which one would you prefer, DeRozan or Zach?
I think I would prefer DeRozan. Zach is more athletic.
I think I would only pick Zach only because he's a little younger. And future wise, even though LeBron did sign the 2-year extension, which I have no problem with, future wise with Zach LaVine and Anthony Davis holding that franchise up would last a lot longer.
That's true, but LeBron is in the now as well. And DeMar DeRozan is one of those guys who can get a bucket anytime, anywhere. And when the playoff come,
and true, Zach LaVine's playoff history,
he has none.
Yeah, right.
So when the playoff come, LeBron want to be able to look down the bench and go, DeMar, I need a bucket right now.
Right.
They're double teaming me. They're bringing pressure to AD.
Mid-range is crazy.
Right, your mid-range game is crazy.
Yeah.
So I would definitely take DeMar DeRozan.
Lakers are still the team to beat. What else we got?
Yes. Is Brooklyn the team to beat in the East? Side note, Kevin Durant is out on COVID protocol.
Yeah, I think for a week and a half.
Yeah, so he's going to miss 5 games.
Right. So
the first game he missed was last night, no problem.
Kyrie
Irving held
29 and 6 rebounds. He had a fire start. 4 for 4 from the 3-point line.
Yes.
7 from 7 from the field goal. The first 3 games, I definitely thought that they were the team to beat. I still kind of think that they're the team to beat, but looking at their coaching staff, they has no defensive urgency.
Right.
That.
When not any staff that has D'Antoni on it, it's going to be offense first.
And Steve Nash.
And Steve Nash is never been known for playing defense.
And their one Achilles heel, no pun intended, is going to be Mike D'Antoni trying to shoot you with a bunch of threes.
Yeah, they seem to be 3-point happy early on in the season, and I'm more concerned about their defense. They're giving up a lot of points.
Yeah.
And let's look at it. Let's be honest. Kevin Durant can play defense, but he's not known for defense.
Right.
He was put under pressure in Golden State to play. Kyrie Irving plays no defense.
Right, and DeAndre Jordan used to play defense, but he's not in his prime anymore.
He's getting older, and Harris doesn't play defense. So I'm curious to find out where they're going to get these
Allen
stops.
kind of does.
No, Allen is known for his defense.
Allen definitely does. No, but yeah, for me, they need to fix their defense.
And then remember, Dinwiddie's out.
Right.
That's going to hurt them for a while.
Which, leading into our next topic, do you think they should sign Isiah Thomas that veteran minimum?
Isiah Thomas?
Little Mimi. Not the
You talking about Brooklyn?
Yeah, because they don't have Spencer Dinwiddie.
That will be a good fit. Any team that picks him up,
coming off the bench,
and he said his hip has fully recovered.
Right.
He's a defensive liability. We know that, right? However,
but I mean, for that team, they don't play defense anyway.
No, but however, if you put him on, now that I'm thinking, Eli, if you put him on a team that has a solid defense behind him, sort of like with Boston. See, he was able to take chances and get out of those lanes.
Right.
Because he had a great defense behind him.
Right.
So I think Isiah Thomas would be better on a team that had a defense behind them. Like if the Lakers don't need a guard, but if they did, I could see him going there. Even to the Clippers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because one thing the young man can do, he can put the ball in the basket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are on fire for the Celtics right now.
Yeah.
To be expected. I think Jaylen Brown in particular has now that Gordon Hayward is gone,
right,
and it is clear who the number 2 is,
right, no doubt. And don't get me wrong, we know Kemba's coming back, but I look at Kemba as a floor general,
right. And Kemba has never been a volume shooter,
right. The 2 volume shooters, no doubt, is going to be Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
And the way they're playing now, we cannot dismiss that they could be in the hunt.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when a healthy Kemba comes back.
Right.
And don't forget Tristan Thompson is in the middle for them.
And I think Cantor came back.
No, he's in Portland.
Oh, he's in Portland now. Okay.
Yeah, but Tristan Thompson is championship caliber.
Right.
He understands how to play the pick and roll.
You still got Marcus Smart.
Oh, yeah. You still have Smart who's going to defend.
And if you can't leave him open because he will hit a couple of threes.
On top of your head.
You know.
So with that being said, we want to keep our eye on Boston. Right now, Brooklyn was also talking about getting, what's my man who has the ill crossover? He's not playing right now from...
Jamal Crawford?
Jamal Crawford. Which would just add more offense. And I'm not sure offense is what they need.
That's the thing. It was sort of like how we used to talk about the Yankees. We need a bunch of pitchers. Y'all need some defensive players now.
Yes, absolutely.
Offense, I'm not worried about. You're going to get at least 120 points per game.
Right.
Right?
But if you can't stop
you can't win a championship if you can't play defense.
Yeah. So what's the latest with James Harden, and what teams are interested?
I believe it's still Philly.
Philly is 6-1 right now.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if they'll still make that move down the line
because they look really good right now. They look really good. They look like Doc Rivers has brought a different energy and philosophy, and they surrounded Embiid with shooters. And with Steph Curry,
a backup in Dwight Howard.
And Dwight Howard had 9 points, 13 rebounds the other night. So now you're giving Embiid proper rest.
Right.
So Dwight Howard was an amazing pickup for that team.
It's still Philly. They can still trade Ben Simmons to Houston for him.
I'm not sure I do that now.
Golden State has no interest, but I know they're pretty much.
Golden State has interest. They probably just don't want none of the media press behind them.
Gotcha.
So any move that they make, but he would have to change his game.
Miami, yeah, definitely. Miami. Pat Riley was still.
Pat Riley is another one who's not going to allow all the
right.
You're going to have to defend, and you're going to have to move that ball.
Yeah, but
I think he should go to the Knicks.
But here's the thing: with Miami, he wouldn't really have to defend too much because he has defensive soldiers behind him.
But when they put you in that pick and roll,
yeah, true.
That pick and roll is there to expose.
You got to be able to, pick up. Yeah,
exactly. So I think he should go to the Knicks.
But who would you give up if you're the Knicks?
Everything. The Knicks are not going to win anything, but you need a marquee name.
Okay, here's the thing: Randall's been balling.
No, give the Knicks. Let's clap that up. 4-3. They're playing hard. Playing hard is one thing, Eli.
Yeah, but talent overall.
Right, but when we zone in for 4 games, we're going to pick you apart. So I like what the Knicks are doing from a standpoint of energy.
All right, they're not clean house because Thibodeau ain't not play defense.
But you give the New York, because Brooklyn is owning the city right now.
Right.
And I think New York needs to bring in a marquee name.
Right. So like a Carmelo Anthony back
bring him in the building, and build around him. And convince him that this is the place that you want to be. Plenty of parties.
Also, too, though, Houston doesn't have to make a move this year.
They don't.
Because he has 1 more year on his contract.
Right.
So they can trade him next year. And by that point, who knows who's going to be available.
So they're trying to look at how much value can they get for him now. How many young people or young assets, draft picks.
Right.
Because they're not going to let him go for free.
Yeah. Also, shout out to the Phoenix Suns. I'm keeping my eye on y'all.
Yes, Phoenix Suns. We want to keep our eye on wherever Chris Paul goes now.
Oh,
he has that team ready.
Hold on, real quick. Shout out to Devin Booker, who had an argument with Paul George and called him out.
Yes,
I completely agree because you can't be called playoff P and be excited about the regular season. The regular season doesn't matter. I don't care. Unless you're consistent going into the playoffs,
right.
I don't care about what you're doing regular season. Because regular season, when they go playoff and regular season, 2 different monsters.
Oh yeah, like night and day.
So, and granted, you don't have the respect of your peers.
Right. Because all you're doing is talking smack and you're not delivering.
Right, and I was thinking about it too. Legends like LeBron, Shaq, Kobe, Kevin Durant, you would never hear another peer call them out their name like that.
Absolutely not.
Because they know they can drop 50 on you or do their job.
Absolutely. These are
even
all
Westbrook.
Facts. These are all facts.
So, shout out to Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
Yep.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
Now let's get to the nitty gritty.
All right.
It's time to talk football. This is the time of the season.
Wow, this is the first time in my lifetime I ain't never seen my favorite team on that board.
Wow, that is
on
true.
the playoff board. Since I'm not gonna count 2008 because we know if Tom Brady doesn't tear his ACL, we're in the playoffs.
Right,
again.
and
so
you had an 11-5 record.
And we should have won that year. They
Yes.
was screwing us over, but whatever.
But it could be a changing of the guard.
Yeah.
You can't stay on top forever.
Well, 2 decades.
That's equivalent to forever.
True.
So now, forever and a day, you know the way that goes.
But
So let's get right into it. Can you bring this up on your screen? Tell me what the Saturday games are.
No, Saturday games are here. I put it in order.
Oh, you put it in order?
Yeah. So it's the Colts versus the Bills. That's
Okay,
the 1 o'clock game.
who you have in that game?
I have the Bills.
You have the Colts going to play the Bills.
Buffalo, yeah.
Okay, I have Buffalo in that game as well.
Yeah.
I think they make the quantum leap this year.
Yeah, I do too. I don't get me wrong. I think Phillip Rivers will give it his best shot.
That's the X factor because Phillip Rivers is what we call a veteran quarterback.
Right.
He never seems to be able to get over the hump, but in a close game, he can execute.
Absolutely. And as long as he doesn't have a Tony Romo moment where he starts to sling
the
arm,
ball, yeah, sideways.
Not even sideways, just sling it, but you don't have the arm strength that you used to
get it where it needs to go. Yeah.
And, we have the Rams versus Seahawks at 4 o'clock.
Rams versus Seahawks.
That's in Seattle. That's a division game now.
That's a divisional game. I think I'll take the Seahawks in a close one.
What would be the score?
I'm going to say 24-20. Seattle gets it done.
Okay, I'm going to say 31-24.
Okay. All right, by a touchdown, 31-24. We have to give the Rams a chance.
Yeah.
Is Goff back? Because I know he was hurt.
I'm not sure. We will find out by 4 o'clock on Saturday.
Right, and so we have to look at all the possibilities.
Andy Dalton's going to get his pressure to Russell Wilson as best as possible.
Yes. And not Andy Dalton.
Aaron Donald. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald is going to bring that pressure. So we'll see how that pans out for Russell. But Russell's a mobile quarterback.
Buccaneers.
And the last game.
Yeah, go ahead.
The last game of Saturday is?
The last game of Saturday is Buccaneers versus the Washington football team.
I think this is going to be a blowout. People are trying to make it seem like, because here's the thing about the playoffs.
I know that rookie from Washington won Tom Brady.
Young, DC Young. I forget his name, but they call him Young. I mean, that's his last name. Here's the thing. Be careful what you ask for.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing, though. There's been times where I've seen the Bucs go for 45 points and be like, "Wow, they scored 45 points." Then there's been times where I've seen them go, like, disappear.
Sure.
Tom throws three interceptions. The pressure gets to him. He got sacked like 5 times. If there's don't get me wrong, I do expect the Bucs to pull this out. But if there is an upset, I would expect it to be also the Bucs.
Okay, here's the thing. Washington, as terrible as they played, everybody record goes back to 0-0.
Right.
Which is to their advantage.
Side note, Alex Smith, when he's starting, they're 5-1.
And Alex Smith he's another one of those guys.
X Factor?
He's just the X Factor. He gets it done. Yeah. But I'm expecting with all the weapons that the Bucs have.
I don't know if Mike Evans is going to play that game because I know he walked off the field a little banged up.
Okay, trust me, he'll be ready. He'll be ready to play.
But,
Antonio Brown will be ready to play. The tight end will be ready to play.
Oh, Gronk,
yeah. Playoff
Goodwin,
Brady.
Yeah, Goodwin.
Playoff Brady will be ready to play. So I'm going to give them
blowout.
They win by 10. 30 to 20.
Okay. Sunday's games are Ravens and Titans. This was last year's divisional matchup.
Yes.
In Baltimore, but this time they're in Tennessee.
Ooh, okay.
But I expect it to be the Ravens this time that pulls it out.
Why?
I think Lamar wants his revenge because he knows that this team is the reason why he couldn't face Patrick Mahomes last year.
Yes.
Right. They're a wild card team.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, they both are, but I'm talking about they're an actual wild card team. They had to fight to get in.
Yeah, so they've been in playoff mode
ever since.
Yeah.
And look, as long as the ultimate move for them to do is just to stop Derrick Henry.
And they proved that they couldn't.
Yeah.
And this is playoff Derrick Henry now.
Yeah. But the Steelers did.
Yeah.
There are some teams that did prevent him from...
Sure. But in the playoffs...
And I don't know how serious I'm going to take Tannehill.
Yeah, I think the defense is more of a concern for Tennessee. Their defense has been lackadaisical. So as a result, teams have been putting up points, which means you can't run Henry the way you want to.
Right.
If Tennessee gets out to a 10-point lead...
Oh, it's a wrap.
It's pretty much could be a wrap.
It's a wrap. Because at that point, you're giving Derrick Henry some room to do his work.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, I'm just saying, but like I said, quarterback for quarterback, I'm taking Lamar Jackson.
Oh yeah, me too.
So.
But Tannehill last year proved
Yeah, he can. Yeah,
that he can. Because remember, he threw a couple of bombs down the field when he needed to.
Right.
Yeah.
So second game, Bears Saints. This one, no, I'm gonna still take the Saints. I'm sorry, I was expecting the upset, but I think I'm gonna still take the Saints.
Again, it's any given Sunday, so I will take the Saints because they're in the dome, they're at home, and I think this is Breeze's final run, regardless.
Right.
And I expect him to go out not on top, but win a playoff game or two.
Is Michael Thomas back?
I think he is.
Okay, good. Yeah,
I believe he is because they're going to need him, of course, in a playoff run.
I know Kamara didn't play last week. I'm hoping
he didn't. I think he was under some protocol.
Right. I'm hoping he plays this weekend because
they have to have him.
And but if there is an upset, it's because of the Bears' defense.
Right. You have
Khalil Mack.
Yes, and it's another guy on the other end. I forget his name.
Hicks.
Yes, he's a monster.
There's some monsters.
But their quarterback, I don't trust.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Trubisky.
I don't necessarily trust that he can get it done, but we will see.
And last game, Browns Steelers.
Now the Browns will be without their head coach. He has COVID.
Oh, okay.
And one or two of the other players either he has COVID or it's a COVID protocol.
Is it one of the two major players? Like
it's his head coach.
No, I'm talking about. You said two other players. I'm
not sure, but the head coach, that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Unless he could coach via phone, or it's not the same of being on the field and feeling that energy.
And I can't trust a backup.
I'm taking Pittsburgh in that one.
I had the Browns, so I'm gonna take the Browns.
Still the Browns. What's the score in that game? You think?
I'm gonna say 35.
That's a lot of points.
28. 35-28.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so just to recheck, we both take the Bills.
Yes.
We both take the Seahawks.
Yes.
We both take the Bucks.
Yes.
Right? We both take the Ravens.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm taking Tennessee.
You're taking Tennessee. I'm taking the Ravens.
I'm taking Tennessee.
We're both taking the Saints.
Yes, in a close one.
Right, and I got the Browns. You got the Steelers.
I got the Steelers.
All right.
Yep.
That's the wild card.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
Let's talk about what's going on in the news, man. It's really a lot going on.
Yeah.
First of all, we'd like to send the well wishes out to Dr. Dre. Hip-hop producer Dr. Dre had a brain aneurysm. And
very surprised by this,
which means there's blood leaking in the brain.
Right.
It could be caused by a number of things.
Yeah. I've learned that out looking up online because I was just like, his health is so great. He's very fit.
Yes. But stress. Remember, he's going through a divorce.
Right.
And I don't want to discount stress. Maybe playing a role in that situation.
Right. But yeah.
But that news came across the line yesterday. We want to send our well wishes.
Yeah. I believe he's doing well now. He's gonna go back home. They were saying that some burglars tried to get into his house.
Yeah, some people try to take advantage and rob his home. But I'm pretty sure he has a very highly advanced security system.
Yeah, so good thing he's okay. So
yes, and Kim and Kanye are finally getting
the divorce. Yeah, I pretty much expected this. I mean, it's weird how the whole Kardashian relationship tree works, because it's just like, granted, they might not last in the end game, like in the long haul, but they last a pretty long time.
Who, the Kardashians?
Yeah, I'm talking about like their relationships when it comes to like celebrities and whatnot.
And Kanye, he's a different kind of guy.
Right.
And
it was probably fun for like the first 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's run its course. They have beautiful children. Yeah. Kanye looked like he's gonna be a hands-on dad.
Yep.
So we want to wish them the best in what they're going through in hopes that
Right.
And then I'm hearing the officers in the Jacob Blake case were not even charged.
Yeah,
they shot him 7 times in his back.
Yeah, the ruling came out yesterday, and everybody around America was talking about it. Honestly, I'm not really surprised it's a black man in America, because I've seen these cases happen since 2013, since the George Zimmerman case, and I'm kind of becoming immune to it, which is upsetting and like really
all facts.
Because it's like there should be multiple cases where it's just like no, you're guilty. You're wrong.
Right.
We
right.
have
like how do you
we
justify
have evidence that you was clearly wrong on this, and boom, and then it's still the same thing. So,
yeah. So, our well wishes to him and his family.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they'll pursue, some kind of case, some kind of lawsuit.
Yeah.
In regards to the way he was treated. So people stormed the White House, the Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
Today.
I don't know what that was about, but I'm assuming it's about George. Not George. I'm sorry. Joe Biden.
Yeah, Donald Trump situation has created a hostile environment here in America.
Because how close is he to coming into the White House?
It's a done deal now.
Like it's a couple weeks, right?
A couple of weeks, and so you have a divisive crowd of Trumpers who feel that there was some misplay or foul play in the election process.
In the election, right?
And as a result, they're hitting the streets. Now, let's show you something. These people stormed Capitol Hill, predominantly white people.
Yeah,
and nobody,
only one person got shot. And
but for all had that been black people doing
absolutely,
that, we know
it would have been on site.
It would have been on site. So that's the way that goes. That's the world we live in today, young man.
Like, on top of that, just the fact that we got the ruling yesterday. This is just doubling down. It's just like back to back,
Yes, it's a lot going on.
But this is America
at this present time. So, Eli, where can we be reached?
We can be reached on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram at Disabled Podcast. Follow, like, subscribe. Hit the bell notification, and we love y'all. We are back 2021.
Yep.
Sorry, and we guys will see you next week.
And shout out Fredy. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen,
peace out.
Please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host Eli and Fredy. So put your hands